Life can feel overwhelming at times. Stress, pressure, and uncertainty can show up out of nowhere, and it's easy to feel like you're losing control. But what if I told you that the secret to staying strong and focused, no matter what's happening around you, is something you already have within you? Imagine being able to handle anything that comes your way with calmness and strength. Picture yourself staying clear-headed, even when everything seems chaotic. That's what this is about, learning how to stay calm and powerful, no matter what life throws at you. In this audiobook, I'm going to show you how to train your mind to respond, not react. It's about shifting your mindset so that when you face difficult situations, you don't get overwhelmed or lose your focus. You'll discover the tools and techniques that will help you stay in control, build resilience, and handle stress in a way that sets you up for success. It's not about avoiding tough times, it's about training yourself to rise above them. This is your chance to take control of your mental state and turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. If you're tired of feeling like your emotions are controlling you, if you're ready to take charge of your mindset and become unshakable in the face of adversity, you're in the right place. Stay with me throughout this video because I promise the insights I'm about to share will change how you approach every single day, and you'll start seeing the results almost immediately. Let's dive in and start building the mental strength you need to not just survive, but thrive. Stay calm, stay powerful, and let's get started. Chapter 1. Master your mind and turn stress into strength. Stress doesn't own you. You own it. Every time you feel that tightness in your chest or that rush of anxiety rising within you, remember this: stress is just energy. It's a reaction to your environment, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't control you unless you let it. Imagine for a moment if you could take that stress, that powerful force of tension, and instead of letting it pull you down, you could channel it into something that makes you stronger. What if stress didn't leave you overwhelmed and exhausted, but instead became a fuel that drives you toward greatness? It's not a far-off dream. It's something you can train yourself to do, starting right now. We're not here to fight stress or wish it away. We're here to transform it. When you master your mind and learn to turn stress into strength, everything changes. You're no longer at the mercy of the challenges life throws your way. You become the force that rises above them. This chapter isn't about offering you a quick fix or some magic pill. It's about giving you the tools to take control of your life, one moment at a time, and to shift your perspective so that stress becomes your ally. The first thing you need to realize is that stress is inevitable. It will always show up. But it's how you respond to it that determines the quality of your life. We live in a world that demands more from us every day. We have to show up at work, meet deadlines, deal with personal problems, and still somehow find time to take care of ourselves. It's easy to feel like we're drowning in the pressure. And when we feel overwhelmed, it's tempting to think that stress is a bad thing. But in reality, stress is neither good nor bad. It's simply a reaction to the demands you face. What really matters is how you use that reaction. Here's the truth. Stress is a part of your natural response system. It's what gets you to rise to the occasion, to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's the energy that drives you to meet deadlines, solve problems, and confront challenges. The key is learning how to use it, how to direct that energy toward the things that matter most to you. And that's where your mind comes in. Your mind has the power to transform stress from something that makes you anxious into something that makes you strong. Most people let stress control them. They allow it to dictate their mood, their decisions, and ultimately their actions. They become so consumed by the pressure that they forget they can choose how to respond. But you're different. You're going to learn how to take charge of your mind, how to shift your thinking in the heat of the moment, and how to transform that energy into something that serves you. Let's talk about mindset for a moment. The way you see the world and the way you perceive stress directly influences how you handle it. If you see stress as an enemy, something that's out to ruin your day, you're going to feel trapped. You're going to react out of fear, frustration, and maybe even helplessness. But if you change the way you think about stress, if you start to see it as a signal, as a call to action, as a reminder that you're alive and capable, you can use it to fuel your strength. The next time stress creeps in, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away or pretend it's not there. Instead, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I feel this stress because I'm about to do something important. I'm about to show up and rise to the occasion. This is my body preparing me to perform at my best. In that moment, you've already shifted your mindset. You've taken the power away from stress and given it to yourself. You've turned it into strength. But here's the catch, you can't wait for stress to show up and hope that you'll be able to handle it in the moment. You have to train your mind for it. Just like any skill, transforming stress into strength takes practice. The more you practice this shift in thinking, the easier it becomes to access it when you need it the most. You don't have to wait for a crisis to build your resilience. Start building it now, in the small everyday moments. One of the most powerful tools you can use to train your mind is mindfulness. When you practice mindfulness, you're training yourself to be present, to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This is crucial when it comes to stress. When you're mindful, you're able to step back from the situation and view it objectively, rather than getting swept away in the emotional whirlwind. You'll be able to notice when stress starts to build up, and you'll have the clarity to choose how you respond, instead of reacting blindly. Another tool you can use is deep breathing. It sounds simple, but it works wonders. When you're stressed, your body's natural response is to tense up and take shallow, rapid breaths. This only increases the stress response, but when you take slow, deep breaths, you send a signal to your brain that it's time to calm down. Deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the stress response and helps you feel more grounded. By practicing deep breathing regularly, you'll be able to stay calm in high-pressure situations and maintain control over your mind. Visualization is another technique that can help you master stress. When you visualize, you're training your mind to see success before it happens. You're preparing yourself mentally for the challenges ahead. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and visualize yourself handling stress with calm confidence. See yourself rising to the occasion, staying composed and navigating challenges with ease. The more vividly you can imagine yourself in these situations, the more real they become in your mind. And when stress does show up, your brain will already be primed to respond in a calm, focused manner. Now let's talk about resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from adversity, to recover quickly from setbacks, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Stress is inevitable, but it's how you handle it that determines whether it breaks you or builds you. Resilience is built over time, through consistent practice and a willingness to face challenges head-on. It's about learning to fall and get back up again, stronger than before. You don't have to be born with resilience. It's something you can develop. And every time you face a stressful situation and choose to respond with strength, you're building resilience. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Over time, you'll find that stress doesn't faze you as much. You'll become more adaptable, more confident, and more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. As you train your mind to turn stress into strength, remember that it's not about avoiding stress, it's about mastering it. Stress will always be there. But when you learn how to use it to fuel your growth, it stops being something that holds you back and becomes something that propels you forward. It becomes your greatest ally in the pursuit of your goals. So the next time you feel stress rising within you, don't panic. Don't let it control you. Acknowledge it. Embrace it. And then use it. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of turning any challenge into an opportunity for growth. And with every stressful moment you face, you're getting closer to mastering your mind and building the strength to take on anything that comes your way. This is just the beginning of your journey. You've already taken the first step toward transforming stress into strength. Keep practicing, keep growing, and soon you'll find that you can handle stress with ease. And as you do, you'll discover a new sense of power within yourself, a power that will carry you through life's challenges, no matter how big or small. Chapter 2. Transform your habits and change your life. Today. Today is the day you take control. Today is the day you start turning your habits into the stepping stones that will carry you to success. Life isn't just a series of random events, it's a collection of moments shaped by the choices you make every single day. Your habits are your blueprint. They define who you are now, but more importantly, they define who you're becoming. It's time to recognize that the power to change your life lies within the small, seemingly insignificant actions you take each day. If you can master your habits, you can master your life. We often hear people talk about how change is hard, how it takes effort, and how we need motivation to get started. But let's be clear on something. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. They rely on habits. Motivation comes and goes. It's fleeting. But your habits, your daily routines, they're the foundation on which you build everything else. And the great thing is that you have the power to change them, starting right now. Look at your daily routine. What do you do every morning when you wake up? Do you hit the snooze button and drag yourself out of bed? Do you rush through your morning, feeling like there's never enough time to get everything done? Most people wake up and go through their day without thinking twice about their habits. They let their environment, their emotions, and their circumstances dictate their actions. But that's not the way to live a life of purpose and achievement. You have to be intentional. You have to take charge of your habits and make them work for you. It's easy to think that changing your habits will take a huge amount of willpower or an overwhelming amount of effort. But that's a lie. The truth is that you don't need more willpower to change your life. What you need is a shift in your approach. You need to understand how habits work and how to leverage them for your benefit. Small changes, consistently applied over time, can completely transform your life. It's not about taking massive leaps. It's about taking one step at a time, day after day, and building momentum. One of the first steps to transforming your habits is understanding the science behind them. Habits are a cycle. They start with a cue or trigger, something that prompts you to act. It could be an emotion, a time of day, or an external event. This cue leads to a routine, which is the actual behavior you perform. And finally, there's the reward, something that reinforces the habit, making it more likely that you'll repeat the behavior in the future. This cycle is why habits are so powerful. The more often you repeat them, the stronger they become. But it's also why bad habits are so hard to break. Once the cycle is established, it runs on autopilot, and before you know it, you're repeating behaviors without even thinking. But here's the key: you can change any habit, no matter how long it's been ingrained in your life. All it takes is understanding the habit loop and making small tweaks to it. If you want to create a new habit, start by identifying a cue that will trigger it. This could be something simple, like waking up in the morning or finishing your lunch. Then choose a routine that aligns with your goals. Want to exercise more? Instead of thinking of it as a chore, link it to something you already do. For example, after you have lunch, put on your workout clothes and go for a walk. The reward could be the boost of energy or sense of accomplishment you feel afterward. But let's talk about the habits that hold us back. We all have them, those habits that keep us stuck in the same place, preventing us from reaching our full potential. Whether it's procrastination, negative self-talk, or unhealthy eating, these habits can feel impossible to break. But here's the truth: you are not your habits. You are the person who chooses your habits. And if you don't like the ones you've developed, you have the power to change them. The process of breaking bad habits begins with awareness. You have to recognize the triggers that lead to the behavior. Is it stress that makes you reach for that sugary snack? Is it boredom that leads you to scroll aimlessly on your phone? Once you identify the trigger, you can start replacing the routine with something that serves you better. This doesn't happen overnight, and it won't always be easy. But with practice and patience, you'll begin to see real change. The key is not to be too hard on yourself. Change takes time, and it's okay to slip up sometimes. What matters is getting back on track and keeping your eyes on the prize. Another powerful tool for transforming your habits is accountability. When you have someone who is holding you accountable, you're much more likely to follow through. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or even a coach, having someone to check in with can provide the motivation you need to keep going. And when you start seeing results, it reinforces your commitment to the new habits. Accountability helps you stay consistent, and consistency is the key to long-term success. But let's take a step back for a second and think about why you're doing all of this. Why do you want to change your habits in the first place? It's not just about getting better at exercising or eating healthier. Those are important, of course, but the real reason you're making this change is to live a better life. Every habit you build, every small improvement you make, is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. And the more you align your habits with your true values and goals, the more fulfilling your life will become. You won't just be going through the motions, you'll be living with purpose and intention, and that makes all the difference. Here's where things get exciting. Once you've built the foundation of positive habits, you start to notice a shift. Your confidence grows, you begin to believe in yourself more, because you're proving to yourself that you can follow through. You're showing yourself that you have what it takes to change. And this is when the magic happens. When you develop habits that support your goals, you start moving toward them faster than you ever thought possible. You stop relying on motivation or willpower to get things done. Instead, you rely on the power of your habits to keep you on track day after day. But it's not just about building good habits. It's also about getting rid of the habits that aren't serving you. This requires courage and honesty. It's about looking at your life and saying, what do I want to keep and what do I need to let go of? If you want to level up, you have to be willing to let go of things that are holding you back. This might mean cutting out negative influences, quitting bad habits, or eliminating distractions. It's about making space for the things that truly matter to you. And the moment you let go of what no longer serves you, you create room for new, empowering habits that will take your life to the next level. Changing your habits doesn't happen by accident. It happens with intention. It happens when you commit to showing up every single day, no matter how small the change. Every small habit you build is like adding a brick to the foundation of your success. And over time, those small actions add up to something big. You'll look back one day and realize that you've completely transformed your life, not because you made one big change, but because you made 1,000 small ones, each one building on the last. So ask yourself, what habits are you building today? Are they leading you toward the person you want to become? Are they moving you closer to your dreams? The power to change your life is in your hands. It's in the choices you make every day. And the best part is, it's never too late to start. Start today, right now, and you'll begin to see the shift. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It just takes one small habit at a time. And with every step you take, you'll move closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Chapter 3. Unlock mental toughness and conquer any challenge now. The world is full of obstacles, challenges, and moments when it feels like everything is working against you. But here's the truth. You can rise above it all. You have the ability to face every difficulty, every roadblock, and every setback with the strength to push through. Mental toughness isn't some gift that only a select few are born with. It's something you can develop, just like any other skill. Every challenge that life throws at you is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. It's time to stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities to flex your mental muscles. When life hits hard, when the pressure feels unbearable, it's easy to feel like giving up is the only option. But that's the moment when mental toughness is born. It's not in the calm and easy moments that we grow stronger. It's when we're in the trenches, when we're faced with adversity, that we discover just how strong we can really be. Mental toughness is about more than just handling stress or pressure. It's about controlling your emotions, staying focused under fire, and pushing through the pain when everything inside you is telling you to quit. The truth is, the most successful people in the world have all faced adversity. They've been knocked down. They've experienced failure. They've felt like they couldn't go on. But what sets them apart is not that they didn't experience hardships. It's that they refused to let those hardships define them. They didn't let setbacks break them. They used those setbacks to fuel their determination. They became mentally tough by conditioning themselves to handle stress, embrace discomfort, and push forward when the odds seemed stacked against them. This is the kind of mindset you need to cultivate if you want to conquer any challenge that comes your way. And it all starts with how you perceive challenges. Instead of seeing them as threats, start seeing them as opportunities for growth. The harder the challenge, the greater the chance for you to evolve into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you refuse to give up, you strengthen your mental muscles, and the next challenge won't seem so hard. But building mental toughness isn't just about facing big challenges head-on. It's about developing the mindset to handle the small things too. Mental toughness is built in the little moments, the moments when you could easily choose the easy way out, but instead choose to face discomfort head-on. It's about choosing to do the work even when you don't feel like it, sticking to your commitments even when it would be easier to quit, and keeping your emotions in check when things aren't going your way. Every small action you take, every small victory, contributes to your mental toughness. It's about pushing through the urge to quit when you're tired, or frustrated, or overwhelmed. It's about refusing to let negative thoughts control your actions. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're strengthening your mental toughness. And just like physical muscles, the more you train your mental toughness, the stronger it gets. You might be wondering how to even begin building mental toughness, and the answer is simple: practice. Mental toughness is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice to improve. The more you face challenges, the more you learn about your own resilience. The more you face setbacks, the more you understand that failure is not the end. It's simply part of the process. You get back up, and you keep going. It's about finding the strength to keep moving forward when the path ahead seems impossible. Start by setting goals that stretch you. Don't make them easy, make them challenging. Challenge yourself in ways that push you beyond your comfort zone. When you do this, you are forcing yourself to develop the mental toughness needed to tackle the bigger challenges that will inevitably come your way. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about the effort, the persistence, and the resilience you build along the way. Every time you face a challenge, you become more mentally tough. Another crucial aspect of mental toughness is how you handle failure. Too many people see failure as a reason to quit, as evidence that they're not good enough. But the most mentally tough people see failure as a stepping stone to success. They understand that failure is just feedback. It's not a reflection of who you are, but a tool to show you what needs improvement. When you fail, it's not the end of the story. It's a chance to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Mentally tough people don't fear failure. They embrace it. They see it as a necessary part of the journey toward success. This mindset shift is powerful. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it. When you stop fearing failure, you free yourself to take risks, try new things, and step outside your comfort zone. This is where the real growth happens. When you start viewing every failure as a learning opportunity, you'll begin to see challenges in a new light. They become less intimidating, less overwhelming, and more like opportunities to prove your strength. But let's not sugarcoat it. Mental toughness isn't easy. It requires consistent effort and determination. There will be times when you feel like you've reached your breaking point, times when you want to throw in the towel and walk away. But these are the moments that will define you. When you push through the toughest moments, when you refuse to give up, that's when you truly unlock your mental toughness. The key is to stay committed to your goals, even when it feels like the odds are against you. Your ability to endure, to keep moving forward, is what will set you apart in the end. One of the most powerful tools for building mental toughness is the ability to control your thoughts. Your mind is incredibly powerful, and the way you think can either help or hinder your progress. If you let negative thoughts dominate your mind, if you let fear and doubt control you, you will never develop the mental toughness needed to overcome challenges. But if you learn to take control of your thoughts, if you choose to focus on the positive, on what's possible, rather than what's going wrong, you will become unstoppable. This is where mindfulness and self-awareness come into play. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to observe your thoughts without letting them control you. You can choose to redirect your focus, to let go of negativity, and to replace fear with determination. This is a skill that can be developed over time, and it will significantly improve your ability to handle stress, pressure, and adversity. The best part about building mental toughness is that once you've developed it, nothing can stand in your way. You become unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable no longer feel like obstacles. They're just another opportunity to prove to yourself that you can handle anything. Your ability to stay calm, stay focused, and keep pushing forward under pressure will make you more resilient and more capable than ever before. And when you face the next challenge, you'll be ready. Because mental toughness isn't just something you build, it's something that will carry you through every obstacle, every setback, and every challenge that life throws at you. The stronger you get, the more you realize that you are capable of achieving things you never thought possible. So don't stop now. Keep building, keep growing, keep challenging yourself, and the world will be yours for the taking. Chapter 4. Build unshakable confidence and face any fear head-on. The world doesn't move to the beat of your doubts. It moves to the rhythm of your actions. Confidence is the invisible force that propels you forward, giving you the power to step into any room, face any challenge, and take on any situation without flinching. It's not something you're born with. It's not some innate trait that a select few get to enjoy while others watch from the sidelines. Confidence is built, slowly and surely, through the way you think, the way you act, and the way you approach life. And the most powerful part, you can start building it right now. Let me tell you something you might not hear often enough. Fear is normal. Every single person you admire, every successful person, has felt fear. The difference isn't that they were fearless, it's that they learned to act despite it. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it's the ability to face it, feel it, and keep moving forward anyway. Imagine walking into a room, not knowing what to expect, yet feeling calm, strong, and unbothered. That's the feeling of unshakable confidence. It's about being fully aware of the fear, but not letting it dictate your life. It's about making decisions based on your purpose, your mission, and your vision, not your worries or your insecurities. Fear is like a shadow that follows you wherever you go. It whispers in your ear that you're not good enough, not prepared enough, or not worthy enough to go after your dreams. But fear is a liar. The truth is, fear doesn't have the power to stop you unless you give it that power. Think about the times in your life when fear has held you back. It's easy to think of those moments as failures, but I want you to look at them differently. They were opportunities to build your confidence. Every time you pushed through fear, even when it felt impossible, you were creating the foundation for your unshakable confidence. You were proving to yourself that you are capable of so much more than you realize. The truth is, you're stronger than your fear. You're more powerful than those voices inside your head that try to convince you otherwise. Confidence doesn't just show up when you need it most. It's something you have to work at every single day. It's about showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, even when you're not sure how things are going to turn out. It's about doing what you say you're going to do, and doing it with a sense of pride and self-assurance. The more you act in alignment with your values and your purpose, the stronger your confidence will grow. Every decision you make that's rooted in self-belief strengthens the muscle of your confidence, and just like any muscle, the more you work it, the stronger it becomes. A powerful way to build confidence is by taking small risks every day. It doesn't have to be some huge leap. It's about stretching yourself just beyond your comfort zone. Confidence grows every time you take that leap, no matter how small. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting when you usually stay quiet. Maybe it's starting a conversation with someone new, even though your heart is pounding in your chest. Every time you act despite feeling fear, you are proving to yourself that you can do it. You're proving to yourself that you are capable of handling discomfort and fear. Over time, these small acts of courage will compound into a giant, unshakable confidence that will empower you to take on anything. But there's another aspect of confidence that's even more important. It's how you talk to yourself. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not enough, that you're not good enough, or that you can't do something, that becomes your truth. But if you start telling yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you can handle whatever comes your way, that's what you'll start to believe. Your thoughts create your actions, and your actions shape your life. So start speaking to yourself like someone who has already accomplished their dreams. Talk to yourself like you're a winner. Start using language that builds you up rather than tears you down. Confidence isn't just about doing, it's about believing. It's about creating the mindset that you are unstoppable. One of the most powerful ways to build confidence is by taking responsibility for your life. This might seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you take full responsibility for your actions, your successes, and your failures, you empower yourself. You stop blaming others for your situation, and you take control of your destiny. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim of your circumstances, and you become the creator of your reality. You start to see that you have the power to shape your life, no matter where you start. This shift in mindset is crucial for building unshakable confidence. When you realize that everything in your life is a result of the choices you've made, you become empowered to make better choices moving forward. Another critical factor in building confidence is surrounding yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with will have a massive impact on your self-esteem and self-belief. If you're constantly around people who bring you down, who doubt you, or who make you feel small, it will be incredibly difficult to build confidence. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in you, and who encourage you to grow, you begin to internalize that belief. Confidence isn't just an inside job, it's about the energy you allow into your life. Choose your circle wisely. You want to be around people who bring out the best in you, not the worst. Building confidence is a process, not a destination. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes courage. But I promise you this, you are capable of developing the kind of confidence that can face anything, that can stare down fear, and that can walk into any room and own it. You have the power to become the person who doesn't just survive life, but thrives in it. The fear you feel, it's temporary, but the confidence you build is eternal. So get started. Take that first step. Embrace the fear, act in the face of it, and let your confidence grow stronger with each new challenge. This is your moment. Embrace it. Chapter 5. Visualize your dreams and make them a reality now. Your dreams are not some distant, far-off fantasy. They are closer than you think, waiting for you to claim them. When you close your eyes, do you see your future? Do you see the person you're becoming, the life you're creating, the success you're stepping into? The truth is, everything you've ever desired is just a vision away from becoming your reality. It's all right there in your mind, already built, waiting for you to step into it. The most powerful tool you have in turning your dreams into reality is your ability to visualize. When you can see your success in your mind's eye, you begin to draw it toward you, bit by bit. The power of visualization isn't some airy, mystical idea, it's a scientific fact. The brain cannot tell the difference between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience. This means that when you visualize your goals, you're literally programming your mind to act as though they are already real. Imagine for a moment that you already have everything you've ever wanted. Picture it in detail, the success, the freedom, the love, the impact you've dreamed about. See yourself living that life. Notice the emotions you feel as you step into your ideal future. What are you doing? How do you feel? The more detailed you get with this mental imagery, the stronger the connection becomes between your vision and your reality. Visualization is not about wishful thinking, It's about setting a clear, vivid, and powerful mental image of your future and anchoring your actions to that image. When you focus on that image every day, you align yourself with the energy of your dreams. But here's the thing, you have to believe in it. If you don't truly believe that your vision is possible, your mind will reject it. You have to not only see it, but also feel it, live it in your mind before it can show up in your life. The secret is to feel the emotions of success, the emotions of your dream life, every single day. Those feelings are the fuel that powers the manifestation process. When you visualize, don't just imagine the external rewards, think about how you feel as you experience them. How does it feel to be living your dream life? How does it feel to be successful, confident, and fulfilled? This feeling is what activates the law of attraction. Your feelings are the energy you put out into the world, and when they align with your desires, the universe starts to respond. Now, let's take this a step further. Visualization alone is not enough. You have to take action. This is where most people get it wrong. They think that if they visualize their dreams enough, somehow they'll just appear. But the truth is, visualization is not a substitute for action. It's the fuel that propels your actions. When you visualize your goals, you create a mental roadmap for how to achieve them. You start to see opportunities, solutions, and the next steps clearly. But you have to move. You have to take those opportunities, put in the work, and follow through. The moment you take action aligned with your vision, the universe begins to work with you, not just for you. Your vision and your actions are what make the dreams tangible. When you begin to visualize, you're essentially telling the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive what's mine. And once you make that declaration, you need to trust the process. The road may not always be straight. There will be setbacks. There will be challenges. But that's all part of the journey. And the more clearly you can see your end result, the easier it will be to keep going when things get tough. If your mind is constantly focused on your goal, then when challenges arise, they won't seem like roadblocks. They'll seem like temporary detours that are guiding you toward your dream. Visualization also helps you to break free from limiting beliefs. Many people hold themselves back because they can't see themselves in a successful light. They feel unworthy, unprepared, or not good enough to receive their dreams. But visualization helps to dissolve these beliefs. When you begin to see yourself succeeding, you start to change your internal narrative. You begin to realize that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that you're capable of achieving them. And as you visualize, you begin to replace those old limiting beliefs with new ones that empower you to take bold action. I want you to think about this. The mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. Your mind takes what you give it, whether that's thoughts of success or thoughts of failure. So why not choose thoughts of success? Choose to visualize yourself living the life you want and believe that it's already happening. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. You start to see the steps you need to take more clearly. You become magnetized to the opportunities that are aligned with your vision. And most importantly, you begin to feel the success before it even happens. But there's something even deeper at play here. Visualization is a tool that not only shapes your external world, but it also shapes who you are becoming on the inside. When you consistently visualize your success, you start to embody the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. You begin to think like that successful person, act like them, and make decisions like them. Visualization helps you to see your future self, and as you do, you start to align with that version of you in the present. It's like putting on the clothes of the person you want to become. And the more you embody that future version of yourself, the closer you get to making it a reality. Now, let's talk about how to make your visualization practice even more powerful. The key is consistency. Just like with anything else, the more you practice, the more effective it becomes. Spend time every single day visualizing your dreams. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and picture your future in as much detail as possible. See yourself living your ideal life. Feel the emotions of success, of gratitude, of fulfillment, and let that feeling sink deep into your bones. The longer you spend in this space, the more you program your mind to believe that this life is yours for the taking. But don't stop there. Combine your visualization with gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. When you visualize your dreams, be thankful for them as if they have already happened. This shifts your energy from wanting to receiving. It shifts you from lack to abundance. And when you are grateful for your future, you start to attract more things to be grateful for. So when you wake up in the morning, before you even open your eyes, take a moment to visualize. Picture the day ahead of you unfolding perfectly. Picture yourself being successful. Picture yourself living the life you want, and carry that energy with you throughout the day. When you face obstacles, when challenges arise, remind yourself of that vision. Keep your mind locked on the outcome, and let everything you do align with that vision. Because what you see, you will become. What you feel, you will attract. And what you focus on, you will manifest. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Your dream life is available to you right now. The key to unlocking it is within you, and it all starts with what you can see. Visualize your success, feel it, believe it, and take bold action toward it. Your future is waiting. It's time to bring it to life. Now. Chapter 6. Develop consistency and become unstoppable every day. It's not about doing something once in a while. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what. The key to unstoppable success is the power of consistency. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's built in small, deliberate actions, repeated over and over again. You need to train your mind to be committed to your goals every single day, to develop the habits that will carry you toward your dream life. The world doesn't reward occasional effort. It rewards daily, consistent action. When you become consistent, you unlock a force that is impossible to stop. Every day you show up, you gain a little more momentum, a little more strength. The next day, you're that much closer to your goals, to your success, to your unstoppable future. Picture this. Every morning you get up and do what you said you would do. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. You don't wait for motivation to strike you like a lightning bolt. You simply show up every day with relentless consistency. You take the next step, no matter how small, and before you know it, that small step, repeated every day, starts to build up into something massive. It's like compound interest for your success. Those small actions pile up, becoming a mountain of progress. When you do this consistently, you're laying the foundation for a future that is guaranteed. It's a law of nature. You can't help but get closer to your goals if you keep showing up day after day. Consistency will always outperform intensity when it's sustained over time. You've probably heard it before, but it's the most important truth. Consistency is the key. Without it, even the most amazing ideas and plans fall apart. You may have the best intentions, the most amazing vision of success, but if you don't take consistent action, that vision will remain just a dream. Success isn't about making huge leaps once in a while. It's about taking steady, persistent steps toward your goal, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks. You need to condition your mind to understand that your goals are worth the commitment every single day. You're building a habit. You're training your mind to prioritize the actions that will move you forward. That's what it takes to develop unshakable consistency. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. The climb is steep and the terrain is tough. But every single step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. It's not about how fast you get there. It's about showing up and taking that step every day. That's the power of consistency. The small actions, the ones that don't seem like much in the moment, add up to monumental progress over time. You might not see the results right away. In fact, you might not see much change at all for a while. But trust me, it's all happening behind the scenes. Every effort you make is setting the stage for something bigger, and as long as you keep taking that next step, you'll get there. The power of consistency lies in the fact that even when you don't see immediate results, you're still building toward your future success. This is where most people give up. They expect to see instant results, and when they don't, they lose motivation and quit. But real success takes time. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the tree immediately, but you know it's growing beneath the surface. The key to success is to keep watering that seed every day. Don't get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. Trust in the process. Trust that every day you're moving closer to where you want to be. The more consistent you are, the more you strengthen your mindset, the more you develop the belief that success is inevitable for you. You see, consistency does something powerful. It builds resilience. It teaches you to push through the discomfort, the doubts, the days when you feel like quitting. You begin to trust yourself more. You become someone who doesn't give up easily, who doesn't let obstacles or setbacks get in the way. You become someone who moves through challenges with ease, because you know the path you're on. You understand that the bumps along the way are just part of the journey. You get stronger with every day that you keep showing up. Now, don't mistake consistency for perfection. Perfection is an illusion. No one is perfect, and trying to be perfect will only hold you back. What you need is consistency, not flawless execution. You don't have to do everything right every single time. The key is to keep showing up, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Even when it's hard. Even when the world feels like it's pushing back. Just keep showing up. That's what makes the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The ones who succeed are the ones who never quit. The ones who show up every day, regardless of the circumstances. The ones who have the unwavering commitment to their goals. Think of it this way. Consistency is a habit, and habits are powerful. They shape your life. Every small action you take consistently compounds, turning those little efforts into extraordinary results. If you want to be unstoppable, you need to develop the habit of showing up every day. You need to be relentless, whether you're working on your fitness, building your business, or pursuing any goal. Consistency is what will make you unshakable. The moment you build consistency into your routine, you'll find that success starts to feel inevitable. It's not a matter of if anymore, it's just a matter of when. You've already set the wheels in motion, and nothing will be able to stop you. The beauty of consistency is that it doesn't need motivation to thrive. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, but consistency, it's a commitment. It's a decision. It's something you choose every day, even when motivation fades. When you decide to be consistent, you are deciding to take control of your future. You're deciding to show up for your dreams, no matter what. And when you do that, you become unstoppable. You become someone who can weather any storm, overcome any challenge, and reach any goal. Because no matter how difficult it gets, you'll keep showing up. And that, my friend, is how you build an unshakable foundation for your success. So today, make the decision. Commit to consistency. No more excuses, no more delays. Decide that you will show up every day, no matter how hard it is, no matter how tired you feel. Success is not a destination, it's a journey, and it's built on the small, consistent actions you take every day. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Start now and keep going. One step at a time, one day at a time. That's how you become unstoppable. Chapter 7. Train your mind to stay calm under pressure instantly. The pressure you face in life, whether it's personal, professional, or just the day-to-day struggles, can feel overwhelming. But here's the secret. You have the power to remain calm under even the most intense pressure. You don't need to panic or lose control when life starts throwing punches. You can train your mind to stay focused, composed, and effective, no matter what's happening around you. When you learn to master your mind and control your response to stress, you unlock an inner strength that allows you to perform at your highest level in any situation. Imagine being able to stay calm when everything else seems chaotic, being the steady force in the room while everyone else falls apart. That's not just a skill, that's a superpower. The first thing to understand about staying calm under pressure is that it's not about avoiding pressure, it's about how you respond to it. Pressure is inevitable. It's part of life. You can't escape it, and if you try to avoid it, you'll miss out on the opportunities for growth it brings. But when you change the way you view pressure, you shift the way your mind reacts to it. Instead of seeing pressure as something harmful, you start to see it as an opportunity to rise to the occasion. You start to see it as fuel for your focus and determination. When you can train your mind to reframe pressure as something positive, something that sharpens your mind and pushes you to perform at your best, it loses its power to overwhelm you. So, how do you train your mind to stay calm under pressure? The key is practice. Just like any other skill, it requires consistency. You don't just wake up one day and find that you can stay calm no matter what happens. It takes time and dedication to build the mental muscle that enables you to handle high-stress situations with grace. One of the most effective ways to train your mind is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, fully aware of what's happening, without letting your thoughts spiral into anxiety or fear. When you're mindful, you can step back from a stressful situation, observe it without reacting emotionally, and respond in a calm and measured way. This skill allows you to take control of your mind instead of letting your mind control you. Mindfulness can be practiced anywhere, anytime. It's as simple as taking a few deep breaths and focusing on the present moment. When you're under pressure, instead of letting your mind race or your heart pound, you can pause, take a deep breath, and center yourself. You're not allowing the pressure to dictate your thoughts. You're taking control of your reaction, and the more you practice this, the easier it becomes to stay calm when the heat is on. It's a shift in mindset, recognizing that you are in control and no external pressure can dictate how you feel or how you respond. But let's take it a step further. Training your mind to stay calm is not just about deep breaths and mindfulness in the moment. It's about building your mental resilience over time. Just like physical strength, your mental resilience grows stronger the more you challenge it. Every time you face a stressful situation and you choose to stay calm, you are strengthening your ability to handle even more pressure in the future. It's like lifting weights at the gym. Each time you face a challenge and control your response, you're adding another layer of mental toughness that makes the next challenge a little easier. Now, here's the thing. Staying calm under pressure doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or ignoring your stress. That's not healthy, and it's not sustainable. It's about managing your emotions so they don't control you. It's about acknowledging the stress, recognizing it, and then deciding not to let it overwhelm you. It's about taking a moment to check in with yourself and asking, what's the best response I can have right now? Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond intentionally. You don't let panic cloud your judgment. You allow yourself to feel, but you don't let those feelings control your actions. Another powerful tool for staying calm is visualization. When you're facing a high-pressure situation, visualize yourself staying calm, composed, and in control. Imagine yourself handling the situation with ease, making decisions confidently, and staying focused on your goals. Visualization trains your mind to see yourself succeeding in stressful scenarios. The more you practice this, the more your brain starts to believe that you can handle the pressure with grace. Your mind becomes conditioned to see challenges as opportunities to shine, rather than as threats. And the more you believe this, the more effortlessly you'll be able to maintain your calm in real-life situations. Now, let's talk about something even deeper, your physical response to pressure. When you're under stress, your body reacts. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense up, and you start to feel that familiar sense of anxiety. But you can retrain your body to respond to stress differently. One way to do this is by practicing relaxation techniques. Progressive muscle relaxation, for example, teaches you to systematically relax different muscle groups in your body, which can lower your physical stress response. When your body is calm, your mind follows suit. By practicing these techniques regularly, you can train your body to remain calm in stressful situations, helping you to stay focused and clear-headed when it matters most. The final piece of the puzzle is preparation. The more prepared you are for a stressful situation, the less likely it is to throw you off course. Preparation breeds confidence. If you know exactly what you need to do and how you plan to do it, pressure becomes less intimidating. When you're prepared, you trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. You're not as afraid of making mistakes because you've already visualized the outcome, practiced your responses, and conditioned your mind to remain calm. Pressure becomes a challenge, not a threat, and you embrace it with the confidence that you've got this. Staying calm under pressure is not just about handling stressful situations, it's about transforming your mindset to thrive in them. When you train your mind to remain calm, you become unshakable. You handle conflict with poise, you make decisions from a place of clarity, and you remain grounded when everyone else around you is panicking. It's the ultimate form of self-mastery. You don't have to be a slave to your emotions. You can be the master of your mind, and with that mastery, you can face anything that comes your way. It doesn't matter how much pressure you're under. If you train your mind to stay calm, nothing can stop you. So take control of your response to pressure today. Start small. Practice mindfulness, practice relaxation, and visualize your success. With each step, you'll get stronger, and soon staying calm under pressure will become second nature to you. You'll be ready to face anything that life throws your way with confidence, focus, and an unshakable calmness that no one can take from you. Chapter 8. Overcome self-doubt and unlock your true potential today. You already have everything inside of you to succeed, yet somewhere along the way, you've started to believe that you're not enough. You've let self-doubt creep in, convinced yourself that your dreams are out of reach or that you're not capable of achieving them. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is the enemy of your success, and it's holding you back from reaching your true potential. The most powerful thing you can do right now is take the first step toward overcoming that doubt. You have to break free from the lies you've been telling yourself and start believing in your own power. This is your moment to rise, to transform your mindset, and to unlock a future filled with endless possibilities. Every time you hesitate, every time you second-guess yourself, you're giving power to those doubts. You're allowing them to dictate your actions, and in turn, you're robbing yourself of opportunities. It's time to flip the script. Instead of letting doubt control you, let's focus on what you're truly capable of. The truth is, doubt is a natural part of the process. It's something everyone faces, no matter how successful they are. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they deal with it. People who win don't let doubt define them. They confront it, challenge it, and move past it. And so can you. When you start to realize that self-doubt is a normal part of growth, you can begin to accept it as just another feeling that doesn't define who you are. It's not who you are. It's just a thought that you have the power to change. Instead of letting doubt stop you in your tracks, you can choose to see it for what it really is, a temporary hurdle that can be overcome. And the way you overcome it is by taking action, no matter how small it might seem. Think about it. Every successful person has faced doubt at some point. The difference between them and others is that they didn't stop. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or for the fear to go away before they took the leap. They acted in spite of their doubts. That's what you need to do. Start moving, start creating, and start stepping into the unknown. The act of moving forward in the face of fear and doubt is what builds your confidence. It's through action that you realize your power, and it's in that moment that the doubt begins to fade. The first thing you need to understand is that self-doubt is not an indication of your lack of ability. It's simply a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're about to do something new, something that challenges you, and your mind tries to protect you by making you question yourself. But what if you understood that doubt is a sign that you're on the right path? What if you saw it as a sign that you're growing, evolving, and pushing yourself to new heights? Imagine how much easier it would be to embrace the uncertainty if you knew that every time you face doubt, you're actually moving closer to your true potential. The second step to overcoming self-doubt is to reframe your inner dialogue. How often do you tell yourself that you're not good enough? How often do you look at someone else's success and think, I could never do that? You've been conditioned to think that you're not capable, but that's just a story your mind has created. It's time to rewrite that story. Start by speaking to yourself like you would speak to your best friend. When you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. When you face a challenge, remind yourself that it's an opportunity to grow, not a sign of failure. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what if I succeed? Instead of thinking, I can't do this, say, I can figure this out. Reframe those negative thoughts into positive affirmations that empower you to take action. Another powerful tool in overcoming self-doubt is focusing on your strengths, not your weaknesses. We all have them. We all have things we're not great at, and we all have moments of insecurity. But constantly thinking about what you're not good at only reinforces the doubt. What if you shifted your focus to what you're already good at? What are your unique talents and strengths? What have you accomplished in the past that you're proud of? Start reminding yourself of your successes, no matter how big or small. Celebrate your progress and allow yourself to feel proud of how far you've come. When you focus on your strengths, you start to build momentum and the doubts begin to lose their grip on you. Now I know it's easier said than done, but the key is persistence. Self-doubt doesn't disappear overnight, and you may have moments where it feels overwhelming. But every time you push through it, every time you refuse to let it stop you, you are building your confidence. And over time, you'll start to see the results of your efforts. You'll begin to trust yourself more. You'll begin to take on challenges with more courage. And eventually, you'll look back and realize that the doubt that once held you back no longer has any power over you. When you believe in your potential, you take ownership of your life. You stop waiting for someone else to validate you, and you stop seeking approval from others. You realize that your worth is not determined by external validation, but by your own belief in yourself. When you start trusting your instincts and listening to your inner voice, you begin to make decisions that align with your true purpose. You begin to live a life that is authentic and true to who you are. And that, my friend, is when you unlock your true potential. So right now, take a deep breath. Let go of the self-doubt. Let go of the stories you've been telling yourself. It's time to step into your power, to embrace the uncertainty, and to move forward with confidence. You are more than capable of achieving your dreams. You just have to believe it. The only thing standing between you and your potential is the belief that you're not good enough. The moment you shatter that belief, you unlock everything you need to succeed. Your potential is limitless, and the world is waiting for you to step into it. Chapter 9. Focus deeply and eliminate distractions to achieve greatness. Your greatest strength lies in your ability to focus. If you want to achieve anything extraordinary, you have to cut through the noise, tune out distractions, and direct your attention to the task at hand. The world is filled with distractions, constant notifications, endless information, and countless demands on your time. It's easy to get caught up in all of it and lose sight of what truly matters. But true greatness comes when you learn to focus your energy in one direction, when you make the conscious choice to eliminate everything that doesn't serve your purpose. Think about the most successful people in the world, the ones who have truly made a lasting impact. What sets them apart? It's not just their talent, their connections, or even their resources. What sets them apart is their ability to focus. They've mastered the art of blocking out distractions, of giving their full attention to the most important things. They understand that focus is the key to turning their dreams into reality. Without it, everything else falls apart. But with it, there's nothing they can't accomplish. The first step in mastering focus is recognizing how much time and energy you waste every day. How many hours do you spend scrolling through social media, watching videos, or getting sidetracked by things that don't contribute to your goals? It's easy to fall into the trap of mindless scrolling, the instant gratification of clicking from one thing to the next. But ask yourself this: what have you truly accomplished when you allow yourself to get caught up in all of that? Time slips away, and the more you give in to distractions, the harder it becomes to focus when you actually need to. This is where you need to take control. It's not about eliminating everything that gives you momentary pleasure. It's about prioritizing what matters most and making the decision to put your attention there. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And just like any muscle, It requires practice, discipline, and consistency. At first it's going to feel uncomfortable. You'll find yourself drifting, your mind will wander, and the distractions will call your name. But that's the price you pay for greatness. You have to train yourself to stay on track, to bring your mind back to the present moment every time it tries to stray. Start by being intentional with your time. Instead of letting the day slip away in a haze of distractions, set clear intentions for what you want to accomplish. Write it down, make a list, and hold yourself accountable. Every moment you spend on something that doesn't align with your goals is a moment that could have been spent building your dreams. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to give in to the endless distractions, or are you going to choose focus, commitment, and purpose? Every day you have the chance to make that decision, and every time you choose focus, you take one step closer to your greatness. One of the most powerful techniques for improving your focus is setting boundaries. The world is full of interruptions, and they're often outside of your control, but your response to them is entirely within your control. When you're working on something important, turn off notifications, put your phone on silent, and create a space where you can concentrate without being disturbed. This isn't about being rude or ignoring the people around you. It's about honoring your time and your goals. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to protect your focus like it's the most valuable resource you have, because in reality it is. Another crucial step in focusing deeply is learning to say no. You can't say yes to everything and still expect to have the time and energy to work on what matters most. There's always going to be someone asking for your attention, some new opportunity, or some task that seems urgent. But not everything that demands your attention deserves it. Greatness requires sacrifice. It means saying no to things that don't align with your vision and staying committed to your path. Every time you say no to a distraction, you're saying yes to your future. And here's something that most people don't realize. Focus isn't just about blocking out distractions. It's also about directing your attention to one thing and giving it your full effort. When you're working on something, go all in. Immerse yourself in the task at hand and give it everything you've got. Don't half-ass it. If you want results, you have to give your work the attention it deserves. The more focused you are, the more you'll accomplish in less time. And when you're able to give your undivided attention to what matters, you'll begin to see progress faster than you ever thought possible. But even as you work to improve your focus, understand that it's not about being perfect. There will be days when you get distracted. There will be days when you lose your focus completely. And that's okay. The key is not in avoiding distractions entirely, it's in how quickly you can get back on track. Every time you notice yourself drifting, every time you catch yourself being pulled away, that's an opportunity to strengthen your focus. It's a reminder to bring your attention back to what matters and to move forward with even more determination. Greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about choosing to keep going, even when the distractions get louder, even when your mind starts to wander. The more you practice focus, the more natural it becomes. And when you can focus deeply, you unlock the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. Focus is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the tool that allows you to turn your dreams into reality. When you focus deeply, you become unstoppable. You eliminate the distractions that hold you back, and you give yourself the chance to create something extraordinary. The greatest success stories are filled with people who understood the power of focus. They didn't let the noise of the world drown out their vision. They knew that to achieve greatness, they had to tune everything else out and put their energy into what mattered most. And now it's your turn. The question is, how badly do you want it? If you want greatness, It's time to focus. It's time to eliminate the distractions and take massive, uninterrupted action toward your dreams. You have everything you need to succeed. Now it's up to you to focus and make it happen. Chapter 10. Build resilience and bounce back stronger from failure. Failure is not the end. It's not the final chapter of your story. It's not the moment that defines you. In fact, failure is one of the most powerful tools you have on your journey to success. The real question isn't whether you will fail, it's how you will rise after each fall. You see, every time you fail, you have an opportunity to come back stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. But it's not easy. The road to resilience is filled with challenges, doubts, and moments when you feel like giving up. But let me tell you something powerful. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond when it comes knocking at your door. In life, you're going to face setbacks. You're going to encounter obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. You're going to take risks, and sometimes those risks won't pay off the way you hoped. But in those moments when everything seems to crumble, you have a choice. You can either let that failure define you, or you can choose to rise again. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never failed. They are the ones who learned how to use failure as a stepping stone, as a tool for growth, and as a source of strength. Resilience is the ability to keep moving forward, even when everything inside of you is telling you to stop. It's the ability to stand tall when the weight of the world is pushing you down. It's the strength to get back up after every setback and keep fighting for what you want. But here's the thing about resilience. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop over time, through practice, through perseverance, and through a deep belief in yourself. The more you face adversity, the more you push through the hard times, the stronger your resilience becomes. One of the most important things you can do when faced with failure is to change your mindset. Instead of seeing failure as a sign that you're not good enough, or that your dreams aren't meant to be, start seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Every failure teaches you something valuable. It shows you what doesn't work. It reveals your weaknesses, and it gives you the chance to improve. But if you view failure as something to avoid or fear, you'll never grow. You'll be paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes. You'll hold back from taking risks, and you'll never reach your full potential. But when you embrace failure, when you understand that it's just part of the process, you can learn to bounce back stronger each time. This is where resilience truly begins. It starts with your mindset. It starts with how you perceive failure and how you choose to respond to it. The most resilient people are the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They use it as fuel to keep going, as motivation to work harder, and as proof that they are on the right path. Resilience is built in the toughest moments. It's not developed when everything is going perfectly. It's developed when you're knocked down, when things don't go as planned, when you feel like you can't keep going. It's in those moments that you have to dig deep and find the strength to rise again. And let me tell you something, when you do, you'll be amazed at how much stronger you are. You'll look back at the struggles you faced and realize that they didn't break you, they made you. Building resilience doesn't mean that you won't feel pain, disappointment, or frustration. It doesn't mean that you won't have days when you want to quit. But it does mean that you'll keep going, even when those feelings arise. It means you'll keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when you don't feel like it. Resilience is about persistence. It's about refusing to let life's challenges take away your drive. It's about staying focused on your goals, even when the road gets tough. But here's a powerful truth. Resilience isn't just about getting back up. It's about getting back up better than before. It's about learning from your mistakes, improving your approach, and coming back even stronger. Every failure is an opportunity to sharpen your skills, to refine your strategies, and to grow as a person. So when you fail, and you will, don't just get back up and keep going. Get back up and do it better. Use your failure as a lesson, not as a roadblock. Let it push you to evolve, to become a better version of yourself, and to get closer to your goals. The key to building resilience is to make a decision, decide that you will never give up, no matter how many times you fall. Decide that you will use every setback as an opportunity to grow and get stronger. Decide that you will always bounce back, and each time you do, you'll be more unstoppable than ever. This decision is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's what sets apart those who achieve their dreams from those who give up halfway. But let me make this clear. Building resilience is not about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it. It's about learning to handle it with grace, to grow from it, and to keep moving forward. Failure is a part of the process, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll be able to bounce back stronger. So the next time you fail, don't see it as the end, see it as the beginning of your comeback. See it as the moment that fuels your next step toward greatness. As you build your resilience, remember that it's not a destination, it's a journey. It's a constant process of growth and self-discovery. With each failure, you'll learn something new about yourself. You'll develop the strength to face even bigger challenges, and you'll realize that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. And as you bounce back from each failure, you'll become more unstoppable, more powerful, and more determined to achieve your dreams. Resilience is what keeps you going when everything else tells you to stop. It's what drives you to push through the tough times, to never give up, and to keep striving for success. And the beautiful thing is, the more you build your resilience, the stronger you'll become. The failures won't hold you back. They will propel you forward. You will bounce back stronger every time, and with each bounce, you'll move closer and closer to the greatness that's waiting for you.